of tonight is to ease your fears and inform you of the many things we do have in place here in District 218. I want you to know I have 3 kids of my own. People to the left of me have their own children as well. We understand. We completely understand that you think about the safety of your children every single day, just as we do. I believe in the people to the left of me, and I want to introduce these people to you that are going to inform you tonight and answer a few of your questions here at the end of this presentation. To my left, Ms. Ericka Arocho. She is our head building security. To the left of her is Mr. Jim Kane, our assistant principal for special education, but Jim is also integral in our emergency plans and crisis. Mr. Carlton Rowland, to his left, he is our assistant principal for attendance and discipline. To his left, you have Mr. Eric Brzezio, our associate principal. He's going to speak to you tonight about digital citizenship. And then we have, am I missing a couple people? We have our school resource officers. We have two full-time Cook County officers here, armed officers in the building at all times, Mr. Terry Duran and Mr. Daryl Ashley. So please welcome our panel here tonight. I want to talk about what the purpose of this evening is. In security, it's ever-changing. We continue to learn from the latest research. We also learn from each other. We learn from different schools and how to respond to these issues. And it's ever-changing. The first tragedy we always think of is Columbine. And you think about Columbine and where it's evolved to now, the way that we respond to these issues. And we're going to speak to some of this tonight. I'm speaking to you as a parent, but I'm also speaking to you as an administrator, principal of the school. We're here to calm your fears. We understand we fielded probably over 300 phone calls in the last couple of weeks to tell you about the situation, to let you know about what's true and what's not true. Okay, we know social media, we understand it, we work with it, we deal with it every single day. We know that we can't control it. We know we can manage it. We know we can work to solve these problems and come together, whether it's rumor or not, we take them all seriously. I can tell you what happened a week ago was not a real situation, and it was a rumor. And we need to really talk about social media. We need to talk about what's real, and believing in the systems that we have in place here in District 218. We need to celebrate the kids. Your kids and our staff did a phenomenal job when we had this lockdown situation. They really did. They cooperated. Thank God it was not real. It was a weapon that we recovered. It was a BB gun. We can't determine whether or not that BB gun was in our building, but at the time we thought it was a possibility we had a real weapon in our building, which caused us to go in a lockdown situation. And our students and staff responded very well. You should be proud of your school and how we responded to this situation. Like I said though earlier, security is ever changing, and we are always looking at the latest research and ways to respond to these situations. Working in partnership, that is key. This is a collective we situation. We have to work together. We need you to work with us, to the people here to the left, and our teachers and our staff. This is not just a school issue. This is a societal issue. This is about social media. This is about having conversations with students at home. And we're going to talk about these things tonight. Very, very important. This is a we thing. It's together solving these problems and making sure our school is safe. A couple other things. We are not tonight going to talk about individual students. We are not going to answer questions about individual students. We have dealt with the individual students in this situation. In the most recent situation, those students have been apprehended and it's under criminal investigation. We're not here to answer questions about individual students. We're here to inform you. We're here to talk to you and answer some of your questions. We are going to be available at the end of this to answer any questions. We do have parent-teacher conferences, so we are going to try and keep this to about a half an hour, 40 minutes. And we are going to take a few questions at the end, probably 3 to 4 questions, and hopefully we answer those. Just out of about 300 phone calls that we have fielded, some of the things that have come up, metal detectors, random checks, bathroom issues that we had when the students were in lockdown for 3 hours. You know, the anxiety issues that kids have, the medical issues that go on. We've talked about these things. We've debriefed and talked about ways that we can look to do this in a different way, okay? All in all, working with the Cook County Police Department, we did a very good job in keeping our building and our school safe. So I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Ericka Arocho, our head of security. She is going to talk to you about the security role, and we'll go from there. Thank you for being here tonight.
Good evening, parents. I'm going to go through some of the security measures that our school currently does have in place. That's kind of my role tonight. So first off, I do want to assure you that Shepard High School has a very comprehensive emergency operations plan. It is NIMS compliant, it is federal compliant, state compliant, and local compliant. It's very comprehensive, and it keeps our schools safe. We also have worked with what is called crime prevention through environmental design. All of our doors, exterior doors, remain locked throughout the school day. We have one point of entry, which is our main office. Every visitor that comes into our school has to come through security. They have to have valid identification, and they're run through a sex offender criminal database. So that's every visitor that comes into our school during the school day. We also have all of our classrooms that are numbered from the outside, so if we ever were in a situation where we had law enforcement responding, they have access to those classrooms. We also keep all of our classroom doors locked during the school day as well to ensure the safety of our staff and students. We practice drills yearly. We do evacuation drills, bus evacuation drills, lockdown drills, fire drills, shelter-in-place drills, and reverse evacuation drills. So on a yearly basis, we're constantly training our staff, training our students, talking to our staff and students about these things so they're trained and they know what to do in situations like this. We take it very seriously, and we try to prepare the best that we can. Because we find it very, very important to train. I can't stress that enough, is a repetition in an emergency situation. In addition to a lot of the security measures that we have in place, Shepard High School also employs 6 full-time security officers during the school day and for after-school activities. So on any given school day, we have those officers that have rounds. They make rounds throughout the building. They watch the hallways. They watch the doors. They do exterior checks. They check the parking lot. They check and make sure that everything is safe throughout the school day. We also have 3 part-time officers that are assigned just to the cafeteria. So every day we have 3 officers in that cafeteria only assigned to that one space, just to make sure things are running smoothly in the cafeteria since there's such a large amount of students in that one area. And we also have 2 full-time Cook County sheriffs that are assigned to our building as school resource officers, and they are armed police in our school. So we have a lot of security measures that are already in place, and we are constantly working and assessing, making sure that our school is as safe as possible. We work very hard to keep updates on the current security trends, and I have to assure you, we have a highly trained and professional threat assessment team. So anytime anything comes into our school, we get information from a student, we get information from a parent, we as a team analyze that threat. We have school administrators, we have police, we have security, school psychologists, school social workers, nurses that can sit down and assess any threat that comes into our school, and we will investigate any little tip or threat that we get. It is very important. So understand that we do that, and we take it very seriously. It's a passion of mine. I'm very passionate about school security. I have a good, strong, solid background in law enforcement and working with schools. I assure you that we're proactively working on making improvements daily. I also, before I turn the microphone over to Mr. Kane, I do want to say we also have approximately 145 security cameras in the building too. So the school is constantly under surveillance. We have someone monitoring those cameras throughout the school day. So it's a very good system that we have in place, and we're constantly looking to make improvements and additions as well. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Mr. Kane now, and he's going to speak a little bit more about school security.